Hello everybody, I hope you're well. And hello to Nigel, I met your better half in Stacks the other day and she asked me to say hello to you. So hello Nigel, I hope you're well mate, thank you for watching. Right, a few things. First and foremost, I'm aware I need a haircut, leave that with me. Secondly, at the end of the episode, I'm going to be answering a couple of your questions that you put in the comments of the previous episode. Thirdly, I am going to need your help on a couple of things. I've got a couple of questions for you. There's somebody out there who might be able to help us out on a couple of things. Again, that'll be at the end of the episode. But fourthly, and more importantly, and without further ado, we've got a fireplace to build, so let's crack on with it. And this is what we're playing with. And it's the first time I've seen that uncovered with white walls surrounding it. And I think that looks rather beautiful. Very, very happy how that's turned out. Considering I built it 3 years ago on a bit of a whim. Yeah. Right then, so let's turn it into a regs approved fireplace or a log burner or log burning stove or whatever it is the correct terminology is for it. Anyway, you know what I mean. Right then, so what we're going to do is use these stones that my dad has lovingly restored back to their original state, sort of. What I mean by that is this is upside down at the moment, so we've just carried it in before Rich left for the day and just plonks it down ready for tomorrow. So as I say, it's upside down, and no doubt that's more or less how it would have been as it came out of the stonemasons many years ago. But as you can see over the years, and we've alluded to this in previous episodes, that an owner, or maybe it was the fashion, or maybe it was the builder, I don't know, as soon as they're installed, painted these flowers as flowers, green and reds and yellow petals, all that sort of stuff. Most of the other colours have gone, but you can clearly still see the green, so we've left it at that. Restored it, my dad has restored it best he can with a bit of, he's got a spare one out there and he's ground some, shaved some dust off it basically, turn it to dust, and then mix it with some PVA and all moulded it all back in, and he's done a beautiful job. And all the paint over the years, because as you'll know from previous episodes, if you watched them, if not, you can go back and have a look at them if you want. This was painted jet black amongst other colours over the years, but it's finished jet black. And we've lost all this detail, and he's picked it all out, and it's as sharp as it ever was. So that, which I completely forgot existed until I took it out of the wall, which was above the window in my son's room, that was the wall, so it would have been up there somewhere. That was a lintel above it. And it is 1450 wide. And that is about 1550 wide. It was never built to take that, but the idea came to me as soon as I saw it. I thought, I know where that can go. And I measured it and it fits. So we've got a bit of an ugly 50mm short either side. So I'm not too sure what we're going to do with that yet. But we've got steel saws, we've got, the petrol saws, and we've got more stones, and we can make it up. But as I say, because it wasn't built with any of this in mind, what I was going to do is just get a sandstone basically off the shelf. You get them off eBay. What you see in new builds, that kind of thing, the sills, and use that and then make it up. Maybe get one to a height made to measure, maybe from where that brickwork was up to the ceiling. But now we're dealing with this, we're governed by what we've got, and that is 250 tall, and we've got 310 to play with from there to there. I could take a course off, do something with it, turn something round, cut something. Wasn't too sure. It leaves me with, I think it's 37mm, which take all the bed joints off and whatnot. And then I remembered that we've got from the kitchen floor, the original kitchen floor, and dug that out again, all in previous episodes, the quarry tiles. So I've gone out and measured that, and that's 32mm, I think, 34mm. Which is nigh on perfect, and it's obviously original to the house. That's original to the house. So I reckon that lintel, slap bang in the middle of what I've already built, again 3 years ago, with a course of these along the top at ceiling level, maybe protruding a bit, clean ones obviously. I think that will be rather beautiful. Just thought. Excuse me a second, I'm just thinking out loud. If I've got 50mm each side, maybe I could do something up the sides of it. Full ones that go straight to the back. Straight to the back of the reveal. That, I reckon that would look lovely. Up the side and along the top. Yeah. Yes. That would then be reminiscent of, whilst I'm thinking about it, a kind of end panel, no, I know it's a scribe, but bear with me. And then the plinth along the top at the same width. Yes. Okay, right then. That's what we're going to do. Perfect. I can make that work. Yeah. All right then. That's that then. Unless I think of something better, which I'm not going to. So there we go. Excellent. Right then. We'll sort that out, haven't we? Right then. Then there's the hearth. Now these were the sill blocks, or sill stones I should say, for the bay window that was here, dining room, and then there's a wall along here, and there's a bay window there, and these are the sills for it, and of course they are chamfered to take the corner. So I thought, well, they lend themselves quite nicely for here, don't they? So we'll get them in, and then we're going to inlay those with the quarry tiles that we got from the kitchen. So a bit of a restore, kind of reuse, recycle, upcycle, whatever, call it what you want. Excellent. I think that will look quite nice. Yeah, so we're going to do that. I've got to get some, got to go to Wixies and get some yellow sand. It's the only place that sells it around here. This is built with yellow building sand and white cement, 4-in-1 mix. And that goes for the chimney behind it as well, and all the brickwork on the top of the house. So I've got to go nip out and get some of that stuff. I know you might be watching this going, yellow building sand, where sells that? Well, not round here, they don't. It's red round here. So you've got to go out and source it. But it can be done, and it will be done, so it all matches up. And then I've got to get up to regs. Now, regs state, and I've only been told regs to get it up to standard for this particular job. So I'm no expert at it, but I need, from the front of the stove, there has to be 300mm of non-combustible material, half, i.e. sand, stone, bricks, slate, you know what I mean, slabs, whatever you're going to use, non-combustible, from the front of the stove to the front of the hearth. And my fitter, Nick, he said that if you do it 700mm from here, from the back of the chimney to the front of the hearth, that should do it. So that's what I'm going to do. I might give it a bit more, see what it looks. Certainly not going to go any less. So a minimum of 700mm from the back of the fireplace to the front of the hearth, and that should give us the 300mm there. And another thing which just completely blew my mind, that is a steel lintel there, standard. And if you put steels in an extension, you've got to encase them in plasterboard, either 2 layers of normal plasterboard or a layer of the pink stuff, the fireboard, whatever it is you want to call it. Well, when it comes to fireplaces, plasterboard is deemed as a combustible material, therefore you can't use it, which sort of counteracts the steel, using it for steels. But anyway, I'm not here to argue, I'm here to do what I'm told. So I've got to take that plasterboard off. And I have then got to back it up, because up here there are, I don't think you'll be able to see, maybe just there, some of the joists that sit along here are just protruding out. Well, the idea is that could in theory rest alongside those joists and catch fire. So I've got to fireboard the back of that. Now, not the pink stuff, not the plasterboard, as I said. It's got to be some super duper stuff, which he sent me a screenshot of here, and I can't remember what it's called, but I'll put it on now. And just look at that number there, 90 odd quid, if memory serves, £93 a sheet. So, as I say, I'm not here to fight it. Do what I'm told, and we'll get it sorted. So I'm going to mark all these out now, do my cuts, work out what cuts I need, and then wait till tomorrow, start a new day, get the materials here, the sand cement, and we'll start laying. Right, last bit of talking before I put you on full montage mode, get some music playing, and you can see us doing something. I just thought I'll tell you, describe how I've worked this out. It also helps me as well by saying it out loud. I want to come flush with the reveal of what I've already built. I could go around it, but I'm losing too much space here, either side, for furniture and whatnot. That's where the TV is going over there, but there might be a settee to the wall there or something. So try and keep it as tight as possible. So I'm going flush with the reveals. That line there denotes the middle, good maths middle of our chimney breast. That line there denotes bad maths middle of our chimney breast, but there we go. So we're going with that one. So what I've done then is put these in place, and then I've measured back to the first available spot I've got where I can cut that off and get a nice clean line without losing too much of the stone, and that is obviously, as you can see there. So I've measured that, and then I have replicated that measurement there, and then that leaves us 245mm. So what we're going to do then is take 10mm off, because I'm going to have 5mm joints either side, which leaves us 235mm, which is what that is there. As you can see, I've done the same. First available line I can have without losing too much of the stone, cut that off, 235mm, and then that bit then will go in the middle, and it'll all be nice and tight, nice and tidy, slap bang in the middle of it. Beautiful. Our reveals then are the same. One side, second side. I have added 5mm, only for the thickness of the blade, so I can have a nice, I don't lose too much on that. And then that is basically it. And in terms of our distance out, we're about 735mm, 85mm, where are we? 735 I think we are, because I've made it work 2 quarry tiles out, basically, less cuts. There's still going to be a lot of cuts because I'm going to do them on diagonal, so there's still a fair few to do, but that's there, nice and neat. And that is basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to make up this with God knows what, wherever I can find. So those quarry tiles will be flush with the top. I might have a 10mm lip, which will help. Imagine opening the door of the stove, something rolls out, it then can't roll onto the floor. I might do that. Don't know. Well, we shall see. We shall see. But either way, it's got to be built up considerably, and that's what I'm going to do. But so I'm going to get all them cuts ready, put them to one side in kit form, and then obviously do the top first, because there's no point doing that and working over it, is there? So I'm going to do that. That's fairly more straightforward. Right, let's start the music. Let's get going. have it. And I think that's turned out quite wonderfully. Considering, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, the bricks that you can see, they were built, just built. That's how wide I wanted the fireplace, that's how deep I wanted it. From the finished plaster level, just a half a brick out, that's it. Everything else is a complete afterthought as I've took down the house, destroyed it all and found these little gems. And what makes it even more special is that everything just fits. Nothing has been cut down. Sills are what they are. Quarry tiles are what they are. The sill along to form the lintel, or the lintel I should say, to form the lintel. Finished an exact quarry tiles width away from the end. Quarry tiles on the top, none of them are cut down. Yes, I've got two little cuts there just to fill the width, but nothing in height or anything like that. It's amazing, isn't it? Amazing. Beautiful. And a big thank you to Dad, who painstakingly took them from jet black, multiple coats of whatever paint, all different colours over the years, to what we are now. So I'm very, very happy with that. And it's all finished in time to nip out and get this fireboard stuff, which I got for 35 quid. It's easy, these stuff, it's not an equivalent, it's exactly what I showed you before. I'm not too sure where that screenshot was from. For 93 quid, yeah, got for 35 quid, all in, 6mm. Never seen this stuff before, but I suppose it's like a replacement cement board or something, because it feels like plaster. Chalky, very smooth, glossy on one side and not on the other, but there we go. Beautiful, Minster, 35 quid, there we go. Don't shop around at your peril. So there we go then. That is that. On to something else. Well, there you go. Beautiful. It looks alright, doesn't it? This is the day after. First time I've seen it in daylight. It looks the same, just a little bit brighter. But there we have it. Hope you enjoyed that with the music fest for you. Let us know if you like the music or not. I'll get it changed, whatever. Who knows how to please you? Right, a couple of questions that you've asked. What kind of floor are we having? We're having a LVT glued down floor. Fairly standard stuff, really, standard procedure with hardware and underfloor heating goes straight through it. It's perfect, ace stuff. But why isn't it down, as some of you have asked? Well, it was all part of the plan that it was to be down. This kitchen, the kitchen was fitted on the Thursday. The Tuesday before was the day that it was all going to be laid. The Monday, the day previous to that, it was all going to be latexed, blah, blah, blah. It was all going to just flow. However, the previous week to that, or a couple of previous weeks to that, the floor fitter got a rep out from a company, and can you see that? Where are we? Let's get the angles right. Oh no, you can't see it from there. Is that box just there, a little square on the floor there? That's like a hydrometer, whatever. Checks how dry the floor is, basically, checks the moisture in the floor. You put 3 down, there's no little square there, and you put 1 in the kitchen, there's no cupboard over it, and left it for X amount of days. I think it was five days or something. And at that point, the floor had been laid, I worked it out to be 87 days at the time of checking. Now, I've always been told that this screed dries at a rate of 1 millimetre a day up to 75mm, and then anything over that thickness, it's 1 millimetre every 2 days. Well, we are on average 54mm, so 87 days, it should be dry. Turns out, not only is it not dry, it's nowhere near. It needed to be around about 75%, I think it is, of something, and it's in its 90s, the mid 90s. It's absolutely nowhere near, which is very surprising, because all other customers that we've had have had this floor, if I've had underfloor heating, and they've
found companies that have just floored straight over it. So, but we have nothing to do with that. That's like we leave and they sort of get that done. So this is the first time that I personally have sorted it out. And yeah, well, that's what they're saying. So it was all a good test. They came round after, say, about 5-7 days. Took a filter out, put another one in, and then read the results. It was all proper, you know. And the floor said no. So there we go. So best to leave it. But then he did say, "Has your underfloor heating been on?" Well, no, it hasn't. Well, now hopefully by the next episode, it'll all be commissioned. It will all be on, and it'll start drying around. I've had a word with the company who supplied it, West Midlands Screed, from previous episodes, great company, and he said sometimes it can stay wet or not dry out properly around the plastic of the pipes, which makes sense, doesn't it? You get a bit of heat through it and it starts to dry out. So we shall see on that one, but it was all part of the plan. It would have made that thing very difficult to build, obviously, because of mortar, a brand new floor you've paid a couple of grand for, you know, at least. You're doing all that over it, and of course it would have had to have been all protected for the kitchen. So it would have come with its own pitfalls, but it was all planned. Didn't quite work out, not to worry, we move on. A few of you have asked, if the floor isn't down, why you put the end panels on? Well, they need to be on to take the template, which has been done, of the kitchen, for the worktops. So that's like a necessity. There's a checklist of things that need to be completed before they come out. Otherwise, everything gets delayed, as you can imagine, by a number of weeks. So they need to be on. So for now, it's a point of having to floor up to stuff such as the island here and whatnot. The kickboards or the plinths, why have they gone on? You're going to have to take them back off again. Well, yeah, of course, yeah. But if you don't have them back on, if you don't put them on and leave them somewhere, they're going to get moved around. They're going to get scratched. Put them on, they're out the way, perfect. And Richard's cut them down 10mm anyway. So we'll take them off, the floor gets laid, and they should just push straight back on, because LVT plus latex plus glue, it's going to be less than 10mm. So excellent, that's why we've done that. A couple of you have asked about finishing this, can't get my angles right, finishing this like this here. Oh, it's going to be seen, that should be, you know, a proper end panel. Don't forget there's a waterfall mitered edge worktop there. It's going against that, so you'll never see that bit there. That's the whole point. So that rail now will run into the granite, into the quartz. So that's that. What else was there? I think that more or less covers it. Yeah. Oh yes, flooring regarding the dishwasher. Will I be able to get the dishwasher back out, means how tight it is, once we've floored up to it? Granted, it might be tricky, but what we're going to do, it's one of them. It might be cart before the horse in terms of the dishwasher, but we can't let that dictate the entire job. So I'm just going to have to struggle as and when it's time to change it, which hopefully never will. But there's always a plan B, isn't there? Plan B being sink. There we have it. Not ideal, but there we have it. Yeah, so I'll be able to get that out, I reckon. You know, a bit of creative thinking and whatnot. So don't you worry about that. Right then, my questions for you. A couple of things I forgot around the house. Security systems. I could have quite easily just put some data cables out to wherever I want the cameras and link it all up, and it would have been nice. Forgot all about it. So what are the best battery-powered security cameras, security system that there are? Ring is obviously, arguably, the most famous one. Is that the best one? Do you know of a better one? Are there any experts out there in that field, so to speak? Can help me out on that one? Because I'm doing it, I need them, and I haven't got any way of getting any power to the outside now, because as you can remember, for those of you who watch other episodes, there's no floorboards to take up upstairs. They are glued and nailed down sheets of OSB, so that's a no-no. And as you can see, the ceilings are beautiful, so it ain't happening, got to be battery powered. So let us know whether Ring is the one to use, and we'll go for it that way. And another thing, are any of you local? Well, whatever, you might be willing to travel. Is anybody out there an oracle, the all-seeing eye on underfloor heating and linking it all up and commissioning it all so it runs independent from the main heating to the thermostats, because I am finding it nigh on impossible to find anybody, and it happens every single job. Some plumbers think it's the electrician's job, electricians certainly think it's the plumber's job, and here's me, the builder, caught in the middle to the customers going, I don't know, I need to find someone to do this. I used to have somebody, but he's sort of semi-retired now, so I think those days are over. So an appeal for help for someone to come out and help us sort of get it all together. Got all the thermostats, they're all wired, first fixed I should say. It's all here, got everything. It's all supplied by West Midlands Screed, Martin there supplied everything, so I've got the lot, as I always do on every job, but I always struggle to find that one person to come in and all hook it up properly. I've had it all hooked up to the heating before, so it's not independent from the radiators upstairs, which is a no-no. I've got the one, I've got the lot, but it's almost like a trade in itself, and the plumbers, they haven't gone on the course for it. And as I say, the builder gets stuck in the middle, or in this case, the customer as well. I just want it hooked up. So if anyone out there can give me some advice, come round, do it, day's work, whatever, let me know. Get in contact. Our email is in our bio, by all means. Get in touch, man, and yeah. You can be on the channel, promote your business, whatever. Obviously, it's not a, you come and do it for free and then we'll give you all the, no. It's a day's work plus the promotion and whatever. So, you know, there you go. Right then, that is that for this episode. Next episode, worktops are going in and we are doing some finishing touches around the house. And by that, well, I don't mean with a paintbrush. We're talking things getting fitted, showers to fit, downstairs sink to fit, all these little bits of really bringing it all together now. And we're going to go for it. So we are on the home straight. The electrician said the other day, you're not there yet, you're on the final curve, or I reckon we're coming out of that curve now. And we're getting it round. So yeah, we got that in the next episode on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. I think it's the 31st, don't know. If I'm wrong, I'll put the date on the screen right now. In fact, we'll have a look, because there's a video coming out from us reviewing this tablet that we've been sent. Now, there is something, I'm doing it whilst I'm talking, there is something phenomenal about this tablet, and I will go through that on Wednesday's video. It's only going to be a short 10-minute thing, but there's something about it that it just boggles the mind, it really does. And my calendar on it is not set. Here we go. So Wednesday is the, oh no, it's the 1st. That's the 1st of November. Might have to be before that, because I think this video needs to be out before the end of October. So it might be Tuesday, Halloween, bit of a scary one for you. Right, yes, we'll do that. And we'll be reviewing this tablet. Which is the, I can't pronounce that. That's the make of it. I'll put a link in the description for them now. In this video, there's also a 20% discount on them as well if you go through us on this. But I'll give it a proper review, and that'll be out on Tuesday. And as I say, there is something that I can't quite get my head around about it in a good way, a very good way. Right then. That's enough of me waffling. Hope you enjoyed that. If not, let us know, man, and we'll sort it. It's interactive. This is to and fro, as I say. Right then, until next time, take care.